Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pride, Day 6. Happy Pride. It's Lisa K, your everyday gay, and today's episode is brought to you by the letter D. I could have talked about a lot of other D's, but I wanted to talk about Disney and fact that, yes, this was my Mickey mitt. This is not a hamburger helper mitt. This is what I would give kids a high for as a middle school counselor. Thank you, Peg. And my wife and I, we kind of dig Disney. We kind of like all the rainbow stuff. Anytime anyone would watch our house, we would give them a rainbow keychain so they knew it was the gays. We have on our car antenna, rainbow, Mickey, and a pen. So yes, we are privileged. We like rainbows a lot. And Peg, I'm going to get to you in a second. You're being very patient. And my wife, Angela, we all know it's her birthday coming up. Well, she already got this, right? Oh my gosh. And the cool thing is you can only get this stuff at Disney. We're going to talk about that later. And I'm so excited to talk about Disney and travel and fun things because I know that Disney is more than just rainbows and Mickey and stuff. And I have with us today, my friends, Peg Zizmann. She is literally the Disney expert. Now I know that there are a lot of Disney experts out there that I am friends with, but this one has her own travel agency. She knows stuff, expert. She's done research for you, my friends, on Disney. Peg Zizmann, take it away, my friend.
Oh, hey, thank you. I think the history behind Disney and queer community is very interesting because the queer community has largely embraced Disney, but Disney hasn't always embraced us back. When we think to kind of the 90s and even before the 90s, a lot of Disney films would queer code their villains. That means
queer code?
Yes. That means they would use queer or gay stereotypes on their villains. If you think about Scar would often talk with a lisp. He'd even sometimes have a limp paw. And so Jafar is another big one. Ursula, fun fact, was literally designed after a drag queen.
Ursula of The Little Mermaid.
Of course, iconic. Yeah.
Cool.
So we had queer representation, but not explicitly. Those characters were never said to be gay. And of course, we also don't want to always see the people that are like us being portrayed as the antagonist or the villains. Even today, we still don't see a ton of representation of LGBTQ characters in Disney films, but we're working on changing that.
Good.
And there's a reason why queer people still seem to love Disney anyway. If you think about it, most Disney storylines are about protagonists who feel like outsiders within their community. And their stories are often about those journeys to find acceptance of and celebration for what makes them unique. And in the end, it tends to be their very differences that help them to shine within their hero's journey. That is something that queer people can really resonate with. Can I be celebrated for who I am? That also leads us into Disney parks. Queer people seem to love Disney parks, and I am no exception.
We do.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
How many times have you been?
30?
See, I told you, friends, 30. I have another friend, Nancy Wilson, in North Dakota. If you've been to your parks 30 times, we'll get her on next. But keep going, Peg.
So many Disney park employees, which Disney calls them their cast members, are queer themselves. It's very, very common. And many Disney films and even parts of the theme parks have been made possible through their design and through their voiceovers or what have you by LGBTQ plus individuals. We think about Lion King with Elton John. We think about Bob Gurr helping make the monorail and the doom buggies inside Haunted Mansion. There's a lot of people that have helped make this possible from within our own community. The other thing is the parks are just really popular in general because they provide a sense of escapism from the sometimes harsh realities of everyday life. And so the themes there are, of course, things like dreams come true and happily ever after. And if your reality is grounded in sometimes some harsh prejudice or discrimination, it wouldn't be surprising that you would want to go to a place where you feel a sense of escapism from that. And Disney can really offer that. I have found that myself when I was there, for sure.
I love that. And I know too, because you've been there so many times, that Disney parks are welcoming to all families. So it doesn't say just heteronormative families you can come, right? Because you've been there with your wife. And
yes, and we have only ever experienced wonderful positivity, especially from those cast members, many of whom are part of our queer family, our queer community. And so we have been very protected and embraced there. And that's really refreshing. And I really enjoy that. And by the way, you mentioned that you were a big fan of that Disney Rainbow stuff.
yeah,
Right now, for you or anyone who's interested in grabbing some Rainbow Mickey gear, shopdisney.com are selling some of that Rainbow Pride gear and donating $100,000 to Glisten, which is a leading education organization working to create safe and inclusive K-12 schools for LGBTQ plus students.
that is fantastic. We're actually going to talk about Glisten coming up. And my wife is right behind the camera, and she just heard that, Peg, and she didn't know that. And with her birthday, I have a feeling I know where a lot of our money is going to be going to Glisten. So that is fantastic. And I know too, so I talk about in my book, I talk about celebrations and that there are gay days at Disney, but it's not put together by Disney. It's just that Disney has embraced our community and our $3.7 trillion worth of purchasing power. So they're pretty bright on that. So you can look up more information one more time. Now I'll put the website in the comments. And quickly, briefly, tell us about your travel program that you own.
No, I don't own it. I am an agent, or I'm a travel planner with Mouse Magic Travel. And you can find Mouse Magic Travel by searching that, or you can find my specific site on Facebook at Mouse Magic Travel by Zizmann.
We will put that in the comments, my friend. Peg Zizmann, my friend, fellow school counselor, who saved me one time when I was stranded in Chicago and drove me home. Yes, big love to you, my friend. I love your gay watch band too. And so tune in tomorrow. And this has been Peg Zizmann with Lisa Kay, your everyday gay. She's so gay. You're everyday gay. Have a gay day.